Terrible. How's everyone doing? Should be live on all the platforms. Per the latest Twitch guidelines, I am indeed allowed to continue with the chats combined for YouTube and Twitch, which is good. Okay, let me get the title updated over on Twitch. There we go. Yeah, you guys said you liked the random streams, so here is another one. Warp Core, how's it going? Gonna start things off getting my daily done over on PlayStation for the no-win scenario event. I forgot it the past day or so, so need to try and keep up with that a little bit better. Okay. Oh yeah, the Starfleet Academy giveaway is live over on console too. I forgot about that. 5 free keys. Hell yeah, I need to claim that. How long is that available? I forgot. I need to. My inventory over on console is just rough. Like this interface for like dealing with inventory, just. I mean, I've said this before. It's just a bit rough. Yeah, I would kill for the PC interface over here. Let me use a mouse and keyboard. The console has support for a mouse and keyboard. The games just have to support it, and I need that. I need that really bad here. Okay, I'm gonna just destroy all in the ROM. Yeah, I know I've got loads of these boxes, but we need them going bye-bye. Yeah, I don't want to deal with these. Yeah, destroy. There we go. Do I have enough to claim? Enough room to claim that now. Zen store. What was it? Promotions. Still not enough room. My inventory is full. Can something be done about the chat on ESD? What platform are you on? Yeah, I mean, ESD chat's always sort of sucked. I mean, if you see anyone that's like saying something like super, offensive, make sure to report it. Only have one of a unique item. Oh, this is a pain. Let's see, gear up here. Yeah, it's just salvage. That's all stuff that'd be easy to replace. Plasma integrated warp core. Yeah, salvage. I'm not going to use a singularity core on this character. PlayStation? Oh, I'd say report things, if the chat's really bad over there, just if someone's like saying some really offensive stuff, then just report it. That's really all you can do. Oh, where'd this go? Give me my keys. Let me open some lock boxes on console. We're getting some free gambling done here, chat. Okay, I got 5 free keys. Yeah, let's use these. Give me a couple infinity. There we go. Oh, this interface. Ah. There you go. Use. Personal space trait for space, that's good. I mean, everything there I'm going to be able to benefit from on this account, but, okay, with that done, let's get the daily queued up for. I'm not going to be on console the entire time. I just want to get my Kobayashi Maru done. Spaceboy, how's it going? Yeah, we'll be going over to PC as soon as I get the daily done. Sun Franks, thank you for the Prime sub. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I'm thinking about dropping a quick little best bundle video. Yeah, console gets the free stuff starting on the 3rd. Yeah. March 3rd is when the giveaways start, so if you're a console player, you know, definitely make sure you are locked in and paying attention next week. Mr. Hardluck, thank you for the follow. Yeah, you guys are just a little bit behind PC like normal. It's just how it is. Hit that too soon. Moving slow, there we go. Gamma's good. The duty officer requirements for it, the accommodations do trip people up a little bit, but they're just something to chip away at over time. Just keep spamming DOF missions. That's really all you can do there. Or the recruitment task, that is. Or the accommodation, I mean. Just the big thing with the recruit characters is, remember, once you've made them and like you've got through the initial set of missions, you've got the recruitment device in your inventory, like those are those recruits forever, so you can take your time and just finish them whenever. Random Wednesday night market manipulation, yeah. Well, I'm hoping the patch tomorrow fixes the proton stuff. I'd like to, I got a bit of work done. It's the past couple days been a bit rough to get stuff worked on, but I got a little bit of stuff done for the Harmony review. I'd like to drop that and the proton weapons this week, and if possible, maybe just a quick little, like, here's the top 5 bundles to go for with this sale. Like, what are the most impactful bundles for you to get for your account? Yeah, so that's because in the early days of the recruitment system, people would spam create characters and claim the rewards, then delete the characters after they move the rewards off to a different, like, to their account bank or whatever. So it was a really huge way for people to abuse the system and acquire and farm a massive amount of resources. YouTube chat, how is everything going? Seems quiet over there today. Was there an issue with the Universal Endeavor for consoles today? PlayStation never got theirs? I don't know. I have not done, like, any of my endeavors over on the PlayStation account. So I really don't know.
It's not over yet. The next wave is coming.
Is there a Discord chat for the streams? MCDLT, I usually keep Discord open because sometimes I have people that would, like, message me their commentary. So, I mean, if you just want to type it in the chat, that's fine. Yeah, I've heard about there being issues with endeavors on PlayStation before, and well, just console in general. I just never really looked into it. It's hard. Like, as a PC player, I find it rather difficult to play the console version long term. I think those, you know, like I've said before, those that are used to this experience, you know, it's fine. But as someone that's used to the PC version over the past 14 years, I have a very difficult time with the console version. Almost done. We're going to be back on PC very shortly. 10 seconds. Almost there. Then we can get over to the market manipulation, right?
Get ready for another wave. All on, everyone.
Okay, let's choose them rewards. Gamma Universal never didn't count my third one. Oof. Paul, thank you for the gifted membership over on YouTube. Greatly appreciate it. I'm pretty sure 8472 I was low on, so let me grab that. I'm super far behind on the reps over here, but every little bit I can chip away every day that I remember to. That's good. Trying to get the buttons hit in the right order. Ginger, Stuka, how's it gone? Yeah, we're back on PC now. That's all the PlayStation stuff done. Rest mode. There we go. Beautiful. You think the YouTube chat is bugged? Say something in the YouTube chat again, Warpcore. Let me refresh it. Yeah, because it's abnormal for the Twitch chat to have more activity, especially because you look at the view count. 15 on Twitch, 65 on YouTube. Dark Ghost. PC still has the gap in the Universal. Well, Azure's back. Azure was brought back with the 16th anniversary. It's just not in the random rotation yet. Yeah, well, Azure I don't think was like ever fully removed. But they put a fix in that should have fixed the rewards for it. I mean, it's there right now. You can queue up for it. It's just not part of the random system right now. So you need 5 people to intentionally go out of their way to queue for it. Warp core. Gotcha. Yeah, you see, I'm not seeing all the chat there. Live chat. Okay, I had to refresh the page. Yeah, it's weird. YouTube must just be having some sort of issue. Okay, I need to get my daily done over on PC. I'm going to do Devil's Heart. Honestly, that's what I've been doing. Devil's Heart, I find it just is really simple, and now that I've got like a pretty good ground build going. Yeah, so the patch on the 17th, I believe, is when they pulled it out of the random system over on console. Yeah. The new episode is good. The new episode is good. The new TFO, I think it's good if you are playing with people that either are familiar with it or if you're like if you're in a team setting, playing with people you know. From a purely random perspective, I think the new TFO would be a miserable experience. But in an organized environment, even if you have just one other person in there that like understands what's going on, I think you can get through it. Martin, how's it going, man? Yeah, Star Master, no. No. No Star Citizen stream. Nick is really disappointed about that. What markets are we manipulating today? The Elite Services Starter Pack bundle. I don't like the briefing phase on these TFOs, though. Like, I guess, I understand why the briefing phase is so long. You look at that new TFO, they're hoping people will read the the little briefing info that explains what to do. But, you know, when you are in a group that understands what's going on, it can be a bit frustrating. Just finished the arc for Kings and Queens. Nice. Yeah. Always team up with one person, you know? Also read the lore blogs that they've got over on the main Stowe website. Like, those lore blogs go through quite a bit. We got some other TBC in here. Cthulhu. Got the one and only Cthulhu right there. It's Cthulhu in the Twitch chat. I don't see him.
Gateways to our research labs are open. Split up and choose a path. Control warp cipher drones have hacked into our security fields. Defeat them.
Struggle is pointless.
So this TFO is literally just kill the enemies, grab the keys, and interact with the
I
consoles.
have opened an interim gateway.
Oh, this one
Join
is
your allies.
just clear the room. Duh. As I'm saying
The futility
what to do, and then I'm
of
forgetting at the same time.
is out.
Forgetting which room I'm in.
Labs are clear. The first security field has been
Feel
lowered.
how's it gone?
Return to the central
Logical
hub.
doing good? Hey, a lot of people used Epic Creator
Our
Code
chiller
Casual
is
SAB. I greatly
compromised.
appreciate
I
it.
have activated this level's gateways to assist you.
Devolved and imperfect. You lack guidance.
I added up how much money like has been spent using my Epic Creator Code, and it was actually sort of a crazy number. Just because I know the percentage that I get, but
Interim gateway. Secure
the
remaining room.
the total amount that people have spent while using my code is like 140 grand through Epic. Just crazy. Oh, if you go through this room too fast, it sometimes like bugs out and you have to wait for the enemies to actually be registered that they're dead. YouTube chat isn't displaying at all. That's a YouTube issue. That's terrible. Yeah, I don't see anything on YouTube. Nothing's changed. Like, it's still the same setting as last time, so I'm guessing it's just some sort of like YouTube specific issue. YouTube is blocking everything.
Are clear.
I mean, can I get Zen with the proceeds from the Epic Code? It just, yeah, it's cash that goes to my bank.
Ethereans, they are tampering with all the console codes in our particle
Yeah,
chambers.
that's unfortunate. Yeah, so guys, if you want to chat, use the Twitch chat for right now. It looks like the YouTube one broke.
Retrieve codes from the infiltrators to secure the consoles and use our transporter.
Get a key, interact with the console.
But you will see the light.
There we go. Now to the final boss room.
The final security
You?
field is down. Return to the central hub. The key to vault is open. You must go to the shard.
Yeah, I think it's a widespread issue. I'm not seeing any notification about it, but
Or fall. The ether commands it.
Breaker 1.
Regain control of the consoles to secure the shard. This Zil.Rex construct is invulnerable.
I'm gonna use this to open the gateway to the other side.
Retrieve the
There we go.
modified access codes from the Etherean infiltrators. Increase in Etherean transporter signals detected.
Spend some of my Iowa Digital Mafia money to get this fixed.
Unity. Fusion. Ether moves the path.
Another success.
security, strength, victory. The ether procures the promise.
Yeah.
Is unacceptable.
Rob, how's it going?
The ether punishes it.
You shall not prosper. So vows Iconia. I transported you out of there just in time. The construct is gone for now. The Iconian Alliance.
Oh, yeah, it was a little bit over 5.5 minutes, so not bad. You know, for the daily, like if you are familiar with Devil's Heart, like that's just so damn fast. And after the 1.5-minute briefing phase, TFO Invader, Cthulhu, how's it going, man? Yeah, let me see what's going on here. Did I like accidentally change something? Stream settings, edit. Like I didn't change anything. Oh, that's for the comments. Yeah, I mean, so long as you subscribe to the channel for at least a minute, you're supposed to be able to use the chat there, so that's weird. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I don't know. Like there's nothing, you know, I've participants, yeah, I mean it looks like it's bugged right now. Like there's not much I can do about YouTube bugs, okay? Ducks, how's it going? You've got a message through on YouTube. Congrats. Question for you, Casual. What are my thoughts on updating the Defiant set to work with all quad cannons? Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. I
Feel so ignored.
I think that the standard cloak that you get from that, but you get a battle cloak with the 3-piece, don't you? Now that he's got that Epic Games money, he doesn't care about YouTube. YouTube still makes a good chunk more than the Epic stuff, but the Epic stuff is good. The Epic stuff is it's a really nice burst whenever there's like a Zen sale or like a big release and stuff. Where's the Sam? Let me go to Legendary Defiant and I can get to the console set there. Yeah, cloaking device. There we go. Yeah, so with like the 3-piece gives you the battle cloak. The issue is though, I mean, it would be good if they allowed this to work with any quad cannon. I'd be fine with that. I don't think it really would be that big of a deal. You know, I talked about this on the best bridge officers video. Now, I've done a video going over the cloaking stuff before, but the issue for cloaks is that only Romulans can, you know, really properly take advantage of the full cloaking mechanics. Like if you do like a cloak or battle cloak setup on just a normal Fed, really anyone that's not a Romulan, it feels so lackluster because like you just don't get the really nice benefit from the cloak ambush. Like it's only up for a couple of seconds, whereas on the Romulans, you know, it's possible to get 27.5 seconds of cloak ambush uptime. So it feels so damn underwhelming. It's a lot of build investment for something that isn't really going to pay itself off. Hypothetically, should we skip this bundle sale and wait for the anniversary bundle? Hypothetically, in theory, I'd say that if you have a bundle that you've been eyeing for a long time, you know, then if you have something that you know that you've been wanting for a long time that you know would enhance your play style, then I would say go for it. The thing to keep in mind with the 16th anniversary bundle is that it's going to be at an introductory 25% discount. And that means during future bundle sales, you know, it would go a little bit cheaper at a 35% discount. So, you know, you're taking a gamble on whether or not the bundle exclusives are going to to be worth going for, because you could also just get the new ships with a coupon. But we've seen the past couple of bundle exclusives are like all like ground items that just really aren't that impactful. Like I was looking at this before. Let's look at like the 14th versus 15th bundles. Like you look at the bundle exclusives for the 15th, and it was like some ground stuff, a uniform, a phaser pistol. And I think we already have hints for what the bundle exclusives are going to be here. I think Curlo, you had posted this over in the thing. I think Jeremy mentioned it. Let me find it from Curlo. Let me see here. I think Curlo posted it. Curlo, you post a lot in that Discord. Jeez. 14,500 messages, bro? What the hell are you doing? Hold on, I'm gonna find this. Let me find this before I catch up on chat here. Because Jeremy said something on a stream yesterday with Kale, and Curlo had posted it. Pundis, how's it going? Pundis, you got through on the YouTube chat. Yeah, the YouTube... Wow, the YouTube chat's having issues for a lot of other people. So congrats on your message actually getting through. Okay, here it is. Bort teased Enterprise era EV suit and shuttle pods. So probably some like shuttle pod hangar pets on a ship, and then for bundle exclusive, probably the Ent era EV suit and probably like a ground weapon. Because that seems to be the thing with the past couple of bundles, is it's like all these like the bundle exclusives are these like ground items with a bit of theme value. They're not as like meta impactful as like what we saw with the 14th or the heritage bundles with those bundle exclusives. Like the 14th bundle, that bundle's got some issues, but for some people, going for that entire bundle is a good choice. But like that's got a space trait, ground trait in it that are not necessarily best in slot, but they're good for your alts. The heritage bundle has the Valors in it, which I mean, those are good. They're not type 7s. They're pets that you have to buff up, but they're still fine. So it's just that in 2025 we saw all these bundles drop where the bundle exclusives are like just really ground focused, not space focused, and I feel like that's probably a trend we're going to see continue. So like if you don't think you're going to care about like an Enterprise EV suit, and probably like some Enterprise ground weapon, then you'd probably be safe to get the ships with a coupon. But we don't know what the premium ship is, of course. Are the shuttle pods, if they are new hangar pet? No, Type 7s are... Yeah. You're not being Type 7s. Oh, can people talk in the YouTube chat? Looks like there's people doing emotes. Is it only letting emotes through right now? Is that what's going on? Is that what the issue is with YouTube right now? Is you can only do emotes? Mod test. Oh, I see a Yar. Is it working finally? Yeah, because it is weird to see the Twitch chat more active than YouTube. So it looks like it. Okay, there we go. Good. Yeah, I was gonna say that was just, it was feeling weird. The YouTube side for me always does so much better than the Twitch. Like Twitch is at 31 right now, YouTube 93. So having like no chat activity was weird. Dark Eddie. Aw. I'm seeing what this news ping is. Oh boy. not that I want to get into any political or like real world stuff, but here's a casual market tip. Probably a good idea to just make sure you got your car topped off, full tank here before the end of the week. Probably not a bad idea. Okay, back to Stowe. YouTube kept lagging out? Really? Huh. YouTube is a cluster on even on a good day. Usually YouTube does even better for me than the Twitch just overall. Let's bring my chat over. It will be the bonus ship that makes or breaks the bundle anyways. Got enough T6 coupons to get the ships. Yeah, I don't foresee pets being released that beat Type 7s. But we'll see what happens when they, do some changes to them. If that happens. They have to be very delicate, with any of that. And that's stuff that's already been commented on. Cat, how's it going? Confederation, Umbro, Stanky Boy, Chris, Delkina, MP. Do I think they should change beam overload skills so they are, or bridge officer skills so they are not like this? Gravel 1 equals, I mean, that would make sense, but I think that would, it would be a lot more work than we think. Barefoot, how's it going? Yeah. Oh no, logical. When are we going to see you streaming Stowe while shirtless in a hot tub on Kick? I don't know, when I lose a bit more weight and when I have a hot tub. I also don't really stream to Kick. Kick has a I mean, I know that there's quite a few people that are streaming over there now, but it seems to attract some people that are not always the best, that don't always have the best intentions. Yeah, it's a gambling platform. Yeah, Kick is a gambling platform. Twitch is, just chatting. YouTube is where the money's at. With all of the hints that they have shared, do you have any sense on what the premium ship will be? Like I've said before, and I don't know if Pundus is still here, but I know Pundus enjoys hearing me pronounce this correctly. I'm really hoping that the premium ship is the Sagan Command Cruiser, just so that I have more opportunities to say that lovely name here in the next couple of months. Is YouTube working now? Yeah, some people were chatting in the chat there. It's quiet again, so I don't know if it's still working, but he already knows what the ships are, and the consoles and the traits don't let him kid you. Terrible. Charlotte? That would be epic, yeah. Saggy games, oh no. What have I done? Emote to then chat worked, then it broke next message. Okay, so YouTube chat is just screwed. Gotcha. Ugh. YouTube's still not working. I know. That's what I'm hearing. Let me pin that. Why can't I pin my message? Okay, well, no one else can really chat, so it'll stay there. Nathan. Okay, there's Pundus again with another panda. I don't see much value in the last legendary bundle, the last stand. Like unless you just really like the ship designs, like, from a performance point of view, there just isn't really much there aside from the Nebula trait. the traits on the Negvar and the Delan are like super underpowered. But the Nebula trait, that's, I mean, that can be good if you're spamming consoles every 8 or 9 seconds, but that that's really hard to keep up over time. Pundis, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube there. Yeah, yeah, logical. I mean, there's a few challenges in that regard. The next meta update I do is going to talk about that, and also like the bridge officer combinations that we find desirable, because there's a lot of like bridge officer combinations and like in general just like ship classes that I feel like as soon as I see a raider, I'm just like, I don't care about this, unless it's got really good accessories. I just don't really see the point to like a raid to the raider ship class anymore, because you're losing you're losing a weapon to gain flanking. You're losing a hangar bay, compared to a strike wing escort. It just the benefits of that ship class don't make up for what you lose compared to other escort classes. It's more for completing the legendary collection than anything else. Gotcha. Yeah. I feel that way about a few different ship classes, like signage ships that don't have a hangar bay. I'm just like, at this point, I just find it really hard to care about them. It's like, I remember when the, Pundis is here, when Pundis, Jeremy, and Thomas came on for the Echelon last year on stream, and it was like a month or two right after the Arc Royal had dropped, and I'm just sitting there like, man, I gotta. Thankfully, in that case, there's the console on the ship that was like really good, and of course the visual aspect of it, having the Gagarin skin, but it's like for the ship itself, man, it's rough. Like they're dropping a like a signed ship with no hangar bays right after the Arc Royal. Like that's just rough. Just isn't really not really much room for those to compete. Suna said she didn't want to start teasing the bundle a month beforehand, so does that mean a late March date? I am expecting mid-March. Last year the 15th bundle dropped a month right after the 15th anniversary, so if that holds true this year, then March 17th. Remember to put a big giant caveat before each opinion on anything. For me and the way I play, I mean, even if you don't play the way that I play, like having a hangar bay for type 7 is just massively, like just doing that one thing massively improves your performance capability. And if not for you, for your teammates, which means you're going to get through content faster. Did I pick up the Vesta Legendary with the sale? I'm having I can't justify it. I can't justify $78 on it. It's rough. Like, it would be cool to play with the legendary Vesta, sure, but the cost perspective of it, it's just so damn expensive for a ship that, like, I know is not really that good. Like it's not the worst ship ever, okay, to be clear, but it's also, it just isn't really that special stats wise. Like there are multiple $30 ships in the Zen store that blow this thing out of the water with their performance capability. Like the Arc Royal, has this thing got a hangar bay on it? It does, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, it does. I mean, at least it's got a hangar bay to keep it up there a little bit, but it's rough. It's a very nice looking ship for sure. I just, $78 for it. It's too much. A non-zero chance of an oops all shuttlecraft anniversary bundle? No. They want to make money. Shuttles don't make money. Thank you, Dark Eddie. Looks like this is a reported issue for YouTube right now. Yes, chaps, I'm aware that it doesn't matter for advanced or normal, you know, for what you're doing, but for Billy over there that's doing, you know, 15K in ISA, having Type 7s is going to be a benefit to them. You doing 5 or 6 million in Hive is a completely different situation. Yeah, if I could get that ship cheaper without the level up token, yeah. Damn, Billy catching strays. What's the best legendary captain ship? Ooh, so of the legendary captain bundles? Oof. I mean, that legendary Dominion one's pretty good, to be honest. Like, that's just a really solid pilot intel platform. Like, of ships that I'd actually fly, I mean, the bug ship would probably be the one. I'm not necessarily saying any of these legendary captain ships are ones that, like, you know, are ones that I would want to go out and fly on a regular basis, but if I had to, probably the bug ship. Yeah, because it does have the wingman mechanic, yeah. Nice. Nice, Spectre. I don't think we're going to see too many more legendary ships. I think that is what they were alluding to. For anyone on YouTube, the YouTube chat is not working right now. So if you want to chat, just hop over on like Twitch for right now. Or you can keep spamming your messages on YouTube and hope that eventually they go through. The emotes go through, it seems, but chat isn't it. Chat is not. Legendary Miranda for the Space Barbie. I got this ship to play around with the trait, and then I did like a couple runs with it, and then it just became irrelevant. We need a legendary Academy ship. The Academy ship will most certainly be Lockbox. 3441, nice. I know. Yeah, the Talis trait is really good for Tort builds that are doing cloak spam. That is part of why the Terran Eagle is, and you know, for a very long time is likely to be the top torpedo platform, because the Terran Eagle's got your commander, pilot, lieutenant commander command, but it's also got a battle cloak, an enhanced battle cloak, so it can do the cloak spam to really activate the trade off the legendary Talis. I just realized my combat buff went down. I did get a message the other day and I forgot to respond. It's been busy. Yeah, I'm gonna be cleaning out a few slots in my KDF armada here. There's a few fleets that seem to be a bit inactive. Yeah, a promo would make more sense for the Academy ship. Legendary Nova and Steamrunner. I mean, those would be cool, but I think they. I don't want to misquote, but I think it was along the lines of Thomas saying that there was only like one or two other ships that he could think of that, you know, would be deserving of legendary status. Might have been more than that. I think that's what was along the lines of what was said. Yeah, Afro, that'll happen. It happens every year. I wonder where the Fed ship with the Singularity Core will end up. Yeah, I'll be curious to see. Captain Cisco, hope your night is going well. Thanks for the advice on Last Stand versus Anniversary. Yeah. Look, Last Stand, the entire value there is really about that Legendary Nebula trait, and it is so difficult to keep up. So 10 seconds. So if I don't hit like an Elios toggle fast enough again, that'll drop off. And you don't want to be going in manually activating these like mid combat, especially because sometimes they like to misfire. Some internet muscle mommy sent me a copy of the RE4 remake. Gonna have to try that out instead of Stowe for a bit. Oh no. Yeah, I think that's what they need to do. I think the fleet ships with like variant seating, like that is a very good way for them to go in and add more ships to the game without also having the design costs of needing to go out and create new traits and consoles. Like they don't even have to necessarily do new skins for them. It can literally just be, here's an alternate version of this existing ship with a different bridge officer layout. Yeah, I think the price on those is way too high. I just, like, I want to play around with the Legendary Vesta a little bit, but it's like, I wouldn't fly the ship enough, and I'm not spending $80 on it. Like, that's just too much money. $80 can, like, do you know how many hard drives I could get for $80? Not one nowadays, but a while back, quite a few. I guess I could buy, I mean, that's like some 3D printer filament. Always need more filament. Yeah, they put way too much value on that boost. Yeah. $80 won't even buy you enough RAM to hold the model in memory. I've asked a lot recently, and I don't want to like keep pushing requests like that. Tara, but I've asked a few things recently, yeah, and I don't want to be a nuisance with request. Thomas has mentioned a couple times that we'll be excited for the first contact reward. Does my second account think it's actually where the T60 cure is? Buhak, I don't know. I feel like a T60 cure would not be an event reward. They would certainly monetize it. We really need new specializations, yeah. Jeremy talked about this, and I know in prior streams when he popped in chat, we talked about this a little bit. Like having one that's carrier focused. I really should have included some commentary about like that when I included the quote of his from that Stoicky stream, because a bunch of people were going off on him about the pet stuff. I feel bad about that. But like he's aware that people are liking it, and he does want to do things to buff it up. So like a carrier focused specialization would be very beneficial, because part of the issue that they're going to run into is that there's just not many more combos that they can really do. And if they do some of the combos that we would like to see, let's say they gave us a Merc Worker Intel flight deck carrier. Like as soon as they release that, there's going to be a portion of the player base that never flies anything else. Like there are some combos that are just, that would be so good that as soon as people get them, it would hurt future sales. So getting some newer combos that they could do, some newer approaches would be beneficial to them. Yeah. Yeah, I respect that as well. Hey, does anyone know what this is here? I got pinged on this the other day, and I have no idea what it is. Like, it's not a Baul, it's not one of the Baul sentries, but it's next to one. Is this just, like, part of the map? Because someone was pinging me about this the other day in the Discord, and, it's clearly not one of the sentries, or is it one that's, like, bugged out? It's Babylon 5. Anyone want to go fishing off the coast of Cuba? No, I'll pass. It is a part of the Ball Century console? Okay. That's what they were thinking, but I was like, well, the Centuries are right next to it, but it's, there's clearly a little bit of a difference there. It does that sometimes. Gotcha. Okay. I haven't used that enough. Okay. Command Pilot Flight Deck 5-3 Sovereign or Galaxy is my dream ship. Oh, I forgot to mention that too in the news video. I'll probably do another news video tomorrow, but the 3-piece set off of the why am I blanking on the name right now? You guys remember that 3-5 ship we got a couple years ago? I'm blanking on the name. Vorgon. Yeah. Vorgon. Greetings from the Star Trek cruise. Cuffs. How's it going? Hope you're having a good time. Yeah, the consoles from this the Vorgon console set just got unrestricted, so like the individual consoles I don't remember being good, but if you have all of them, like that 3-piece is there, and if you're on like a mine build, like the 3-piece is plus 20 flight speed for your mines and targetable torpedoes. So yeah, that is including the console off the 3-5 ship and all of the other Vorgon ships. Yeah, so out of nowhere, they just went in and they removed the restrictions for those consoles. Spencer, real talk, if you put your full force behind it, how high do you think you could take a jelly? I mean, there's already been jelly runs over 2 million. I mean, there was a brief time where jelly runs were like the top HSC option. And didn't we get like 3 million? Or am I misremembering? Cheops here would remember, but I know we got a jelly to at least 2. Nick was going really crazy with it. 3.2-ish, gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, so like in a supported environment, we got a jellyfish up to 3.2 in Hive. I'm pretty sure Nick was flying it. The Vorgons were an Enterprise, weren't they? Oh, Sunfranks. Is that right? Is that right? Were they in Enterprise? No, they were in TNG. Were they also in Enterprise? No, the only TNG and lower decks. Oh, but in an Enterprise Stowe episode, gotcha. Well, it did take some skill because the ability activation sequence. Okay, so they were in Enterprise with the talks you thought. Okay, you thought. I'm just going to continue mispronouncing things. If the bundle ship is a Vorgon ship, oof. Yeah, Nick has his jelly build on YouTube. I love the Suliban cell ship. Did you guys know that the Suliban cell ship, the interior, the bridge of that can actually make UEC? Yeah, Kono, I do have a a video going over that stuff. So let me pop that up. DPS keybinds. There we go. Yeah, I've got a video going over DPS keybinds, controls, and ability order. That video did really poorly, but that's like info that people were asking for a long time. I mean, I maintain a small inventory of certain ships, and the Suliban cell ship is one that I do maintain a slight inventory of. That's because, like, if I'm going to like start using a alt character a bit more, dumping one of these Suliban cell ships on them is good because the interior is really handy. And like I said, I mean, there's DOF missions on the Suliban cell ship interior that you can go in and get EC from, basically, because you can earn duty officers, which would normally drop from the Romulan Survivor DOF pack, and you can sell those for EC. So it's the Tau Dewa Aid. This has a bit of a funky mechanic. You can't start one yet. Like, after you go to pick them up, you need to go through the list and get all of them in your local or personal page here. So you just got to go through. Okay, there's security. MC, I've got a video from like 12 years ago going over this. I don't think they care. Okay, once I've got all of them, like, there, they all show up on my personal tab. And I can go through and just start them up, and then after 120 hours, 5 days, I will get some duty officers. And those duty officers, you know, some of them might be very rare, might be worth a little bit. Like, you can get, I believe, the reverse shield polarity extension DOS from that. Also, yeah, this is the only ship that has those specific missions, but also with the change a couple years ago that allows you to use any interior on any ship, you can you can put the Suliban cell ship interior on like your Enterprise or your Scimitar, whatever. So if you have this ship on your character, you can put this interior on any of your ships. Add Borg DOS to the cell ship. Yeah, I'll be playing around with the aligned ship next week. Did it really go down to that? How are Echelon's doing right now? Cell ship. I probably am going to do a video on it at some point, but I have to look now. When did I do a video going over this stuff? YouTube Studio content. When did I? That was a nice bug where you could unbind the DOF packs. Yeah, okay, so not many people have seen this. It's currently unlisted, but yeah, it's from 2014. 2014, okay? 2014 is when I did a video on this.
Howdy there. This video is just to show a little bug that's been around for the last few days for the Tau Dewa aid missions.
Wow, I sound horrible. I don't know if you guys can even hear me there.
With this bug, you are able to start all of them at once. You simply select one, close out, go select another. Normally you're not able to go back through it, even after you've clicked on one, but since last patch, they've been letting you just go back and get them all on your personal list.
This is an ancient video. It's 1080p. It's 1080p. It's just from...
Lets me start.
Look at max level 50. So this is from 11 years ago. September 6th of 2014 is when I uploaded that to YouTube. Got patched and unpatched twice. They need to just make it like official. What's the first video I uploaded on this channel? Here's a surprise for you. It's a solo ISC from December 15th of 2013. This was back when you'd have to have people load into the map with you and then leave, because you couldn't just solo queue. Nah, Jeremy was on the team back then. Yeah, look at this beautiful scimitar. Fire Will Anti-Proton Scimitar. Jeez. Hoven needs a bit of a rebounce. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they approach some of the bounce issues. Yeah, this is a different time. I can't believe Stowe's endgame, like for people like me, back in 2012, 2013 was infected, and here we are 13 years later. You know what I'm still doing? Infected. Yeah, this is December 15th, 2013. Ancient. Gotta get that Marion. I'm pretty sure I had Marion on. I was making EC back in the day doing, initially doing the prototype console crafting. Because that was like the way to get like the very rare Mark 12 TAC consoles. Yeah. Do I not feel more immersed now than back then? I feel much more immersed nowadays because I am, as a DPS player, I'm not here to chase DPS necessarily. I am here to roleplay as Q. Okay? When I approach an enemy, they need to die. The faster they die, the more in line that is with, you know, playing as Q. Because Q can just snap his fingers and they disappear. So, the closer I can get to that, the more immersed I'm going to be. And I mean, look, this is an 8-minute, 6-second infected. And I'm talking about Fall being broken. Oh, if only I knew. I don't even have a real time up. That's painful. Truly painful. Spencer doesn't believe in a no-win scenario. I got my Kirk's protege on multiple characters back then, okay? Look at that. The more scimitar with anti-proton. Got protected 7%. Yep, there was when I got that on SOB.
Oh, damn.
Different time. Very different time for sure. Sadly, Q is still more powerful than me. I know. Very disappointing. I gotta do more. The Suliban cell ship is a rare drop from Romulan Survivor DOF packs. Yeah. Yeah, random prime, it's more of a gimmick. It really doesn't do that much damage. Like, those pet summons are, yeah. Apparently, Stowe got featured on Twitch's front page yesterday. I guess Ark paid for it? Nice. Yeah, there's also, like, NOP public service where people would ask for an invite. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see that they're doing more advertisement for the game. It looked like that other Star Trek game was also doing a bit of advertisement too. I saw Triz like that was crazy numbers. I don't know if you saw for Triz last night. He was at like 350 streaming the new Star Trek game over on YouTube. Just crazy. Yeah, Stowe needs the promotion. Yeah, it's good to see. Very, very good to see it. Couple to give away. MC, I appreciate it. Yeah, I've got it. I picked it up, so I'll be doing my first like playthrough with it on Saturday. I went in and I got it from Loaded, like I said, so it was. I ended up paying $27 for the deluxe edition because I had a discount code with them, so I've used Loaded a ton. They used to be known as CD keys. I've never had an issue, so hopefully that continues this way. Okay, we've got. Pretty sure I sent invite to Carbon here. I hope so. Yeah. And I think too that's why any changes that we see bounce wise to like type 7s and all that, I think Jeremy commented on this on the recent stream, but or one of the recent streams, like, or it might have been Kale, I don't remember. Yeah, I can send you an invite to TVC KDF, but they're trying to bring new people in, so doing a big nerf that would like push people out, it's like just sort of not a wise move to do at the same time. Chrono, put your character name and that handle in chat and I'll get you an invite. I got my buyout about halfway there. I might buy it out this weekend and start to get some content done. Nerf them type 7s. They gotta be careful with any balance changes, that's for sure. Stacking APB3 for pets. No stacking. I did not suggest that, but I did see that pop up on Reddit yesterday. Yeah, I'm a little bit slow. Just in general. That's why I mispronounce words. Jeez. Yeah, I'm awake. Do you have like a hashtag and numbers on your name? Because it didn't pop up. In a fleet already? Terrible. Okay. I'm going to check my printers while I'm here. I'm waiting on replacement parts to get my third printer back up and running. But I got 2 going right now. I showed these off the little Lenovo mini PCs that I got. I'm printing off some 10-inch mini rack mounts for them. I've already got 1 done. Got the other 2 going now. So shouldn't be too much longer. Is full proton now viable? Yeah, you can do full proton. You can do rainbow. That's the thing about the current meta. The current meta is that if you understand what you're doing, everything is viable. How much power does my house use? I think my power bill this month it's an apartment, so I think the bill I have is like 180. But I mean, there's 4 people in the house. Got multiple computers running. It's like a 1,000 or 1,100 square feet apartment. Like, it's fine. I don't know what I'm doing anytime. Oh no. The thing is, I've got like this is not necessarily good for the drives, but I don't need to have my primary NAS up 24/7. So realistically, the way that my main NAS works with like my big storage on it, um, I only turn that on usually like when I need it, like which will be like 1 or 2 days a week. So I mean, in some ways it's good, some ways it's bad to stop all the drives, but um, I mean, power wise, it's certainly optimal. The printers are surprising, so I've got them hooked up to a UPS right now, and it's one of the fancier cyber power ones where I can see the power usage rate on the front. When the heated bed is going, like when the heated bed is going on one of these printers, it's going to be about, I want to say, like 250 to 400 watts, somewhere right around there. But when it's just doing what it's doing right here, like it's using like 120 watts per printer. So it times that by 3. You figure, on average, let's just go a bit over and say like the 120 number. So 360 watts of constant usage. I mean, not great, but I mean, the printers, they make money. And the power cost is factored in. The power cost is factored into to the sales. I don't know. My 3-bedroom, 2-car garage home with an air compressor running all the time is 160, 170 a month. The power's been going up a little bit here. I don't remember what it is right this very moment, and I don't really want to sign into to that while I'm streaming, but I know for a while it was like right around or right under, I think 10 cents a kilowatt, but I think it's went up, and we've got a ton of data centers around here, so it's, we're subsidizing the power cost of them. I remember when regular S printers didn't need a subscription. Hey, these Elegoo ones, I've got the links to them in the description down below on YouTube. But I like these Elegoo ones. I've run into some issues with them, sure. But every time I reach out to them, they've got replacement parts on the way. Like, truthfully, like between the 3 printers, like they've sent me, over the past half year, whenever I've run into an issue, they oversend every time there's something, they also send like a new nozzle. So I've definitely gotten well over $100 worth of like replacement parts from them. Oh, actually, probably like 200. And for the price of the printer, like that's pretty good. Let me pull up Elegoo here again. I mean, I'm going to talk about the printer stuff on the tech channel. It's just, a matter of finding time. Like, I really like the Centauri Carbon. I like the Centauri Carbon too. Like, the Centauri Carbon 1, I've got 2 of those, and, those went down to as low as like 265 recently. But they're back up to 290 now. Like, for just doing single color prints, which is really the most of what you're printing, these things are a workhorse. They're pretty good for, that price point. Like, the build volume's good. The just the quality is really good. Now the Elegoo Centauri Carbon 2, that's their step up with the multicolor sport. This is the newest one I've got. That's been really great for not even necessarily multicolor, but for going through and burning up the smaller spools that I have left. That's been amazing. Do I do any post-processing my prints, sanding, sealing? Not really. I haven't needed to with the materials I've been using. I'm using mostly like Petchy, where, I mean, it really doesn't need that. if I need to do that, if I need to clean up a part, then sure. But with like the hard drive cages, those do have post processing because of like inserting the heat sink or the heat set inserts or whatever, and just mounting the backplane part to them. Singo. We're at a point now where remembering when, if you bought something, meant it was yours. Free and clear means you're old. Yeah. You will own nothing and you'll enjoy it, right? Isn't that the saying? Yeah. I mean, this printer, if you have like if you're using Chrome and you have like the Capital One extension, like they sometimes will spam you with some offers to get a pretty big like cashback amount. That's helped make these printers a little bit more affordable. Oh yeah, like every time I've run into an issue, like I get stuff addressed. Like I went in, I got replacement parts. The only downside is if they don't have the parts here in the US, then it's like a 10 to 20 day wait for the replacement parts to arrive from China. But they send them. And if you want to buy replacement parts and they don't have them available in the US inventory, you can, like send a thing in, ask for an invoice, and, buy it directly from them and have it shipped over. Yeah, I'm in central Iowa, so I mean we have a lot of cheap energy, but there's also a massive increase in energy demand from all the data centers around here. The local governments basically said, "Oh, you want to put a data center in? Yeah, go right ahead." They never said no. Yeah, Terabit. That does really feel like part of their goal is they want us to rent all of our compute power from them. So I want to do something here quick before I go into combat. One of the bundles that I think people should really be picking up here with the sale, and this is like an affordable one. This isn't like, just one for people that are wailing out hard on the game. This is one where most people should be able to afford it. As soon as this loads, I'm actually going to turn the chat off and record because I'm going to buy a couple of these. As soon as this map loads, jeez. But some of you already know where I'm going here. The Elite Services Starter Pack for 650 Zen. That is giving you 36 inventory slots, 36 bank slots, 2 Bridge Officer slots, and 3 Skill Retrain tokens. You can purchase that once per character. And, that's 650 Zen. $6.50 for, a relatively decent amount of inventory. And here's the thing. When you buy this, it's a box. So you can take that box, you can go to your bank, and you can move it to another character. So what I'm going to do here for this demonstration is I'm going to buy another. The Galax bundle is good, yes, but I'm, like, from a value point of view, what I'm showing here, like, this is a low level, like, just a very, low cost bundle that everyone can benefit from. Who doesn't need more inventory space? So I can buy this again on another character. And again, I can just go in, take that box, and drop it in my account bank. And what I'm going to do now is go over to a character where I need a bit of inventory space. Yeah, it's a low price, quality of life purchase. Yeah. And I desperately need some more inventory space on this character. So what I can do is grab both of those boxes and look at this. I am going to open. There's some inventory space, and I can open the other one. Up, is that as much as I could get? Okay, so I've got the inventory maxed, and for the extra slots, I can drop those right back into my account bank and use those inventory slots on another character. That still has room for me to buy more inventory space. But like, look at that right there. You know, really simple, really painless. I just went in and gave myself a ton of inventory space on a character and bank space at a fairly low cost. Still, thank you for the follow. I can move all these high value. The nephew's really unhappy right now. Jeez. I can move all these high value kit modules over to the bank. Yeah. I'm competing with Triz on who will lag the servers the most when you open your inventory. Wow. Gonna blame me for the server lag next? How dare you? Yeah, this is a newer bundle. It replaced the old one you're thinking of. Okay, I can stop that recording. Go back to stream old. There we go. Yeah, Muak, I heard about that. I think that's wonderful. High value. Yeah. Now we know why he's been doing ground content / builds. You know it. It's all just for the market manipulation. I am not even getting notifications about super thanks and all that over there. Like, all of the notifications for YouTube just stopped working. Barefoot, I only just saw, or did you not do that on this? I saw a $5 super sticker. Okay. There we go. It was on a video, that's why. I was really confused. I was like, did I miss that? I just looked at my phone. I was gonna say, did I miss that on my stream notifications? But no, it was on a video. Okay, I'm less worried now. But yeah, I mean, you can do that as many times as you want, and you could make a new character, buy the pack, move the pack to your account bank, delete the character, and, you know, just have a way to repeatedly buy it over and over. Okay, let's go back to casual. Market manipulation is the new endgame. Dark Eddie. You know that meme of the people standing on the moon and they say, you know, it's always been that way? That's my response.
I feel so ignored.
Yeah, MC, I've just looked at that Discord channel again. Sorry, I was looking at that in DMs. Yeah, the Lobby bundle should return. Okay. Let's do a TFO. I am in the best ship in the game right now, the Mere Angle. I'm going to message and see what the hell's going on out there. Okay. I got 2 T5 ship coupons. Anything actually worth getting? No. It's basically just going to be like what ships visually look good to you. Like, performance wise, there's not really anything in T5 that's really notable anymore. The Vengeance has a good bridge officer layout. Temp Intel is a really good specialization combo. It's got a hangar bay. It just really lucked out by having a good bridge officer seating and the fact that they gave it a hangar bay. And of course, being such an iconic ship. Admiralty card, yeah. The T5s are basically just for Admiralty cards, yeah. For sure, for sure. Let's do a Hive Onslaught Elite public queue. Yeah, that's a good point. Dakir comes with a shuttle, so 2 Admiralty cards. Yeah. Yes, I mean, there's a chance we may see one of those in the bundle, so maybe just hold off. We don't know yet what non-fed ships we're going to see in that bundle, so... Wow, so many mere angles. I see one appropriately named as DPS. That's the truth right there.
Warning, ship is under attack.
It's a nice, smooth run right here, boys. Smooth. I'm gonna die, I think. Oh. You're safe? Oh, just out of simulate. What's left?
Hull integrity below 70%.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Horrible.
I am eternal!
I mean,
Is not
they said, Scorpion said on the Discord, you know, at least one non-fed ship, so, you know, emphasis on at least. I think that would be a nice change of pace, like, you know, let's say they gave us the Andorian ship that people keep bringing up, and like one of the Vulcan ones, like, I think that would help bring a lot of additional value to the bundle. Because, I mean, the issue if it's 4 fed ships is, you know, sure, there's going to be people that are interested in some of the designs, but, you know, if you also toss in, like, some alien design, like, it just is expanding the amount of people that are going to be, you know, interested in maybe going for the entire thing. Yeah, what was the other one that people kept bringing up? The Dakir or the Surok? Yeah, either of those for like a Vulcan ship, I think people would be happy with. It's just, I'm curious to see what do they do with the ships? What bridge officer combos do we see? What metas do they lean into? We already have a hint that like there's potentially going to be a pilot command ship, right? I think Jeremy like alluded to that in a stream or something. So if we see another pilot command, that'll if the rest of the ship is good, if the rest of the layout's good, then that could be appealing for torp users. I'm fairly confident that Jeremy gave like a nod to pilot command happening or something, or like a stay tuned. There's a legendary NX in the 10th anniversary bundle. Yeah, the legendary NX is already in the 10th bundle with the Columbia skin here as well. And the NX refit skin. Yeah. Luok, there's been a lot of conversations, and I can possibly mix up sources, but I'm fairly confident that that popped up from Jeremy. What if Starfleet designed a Vulcan ship? Yeah, that'd be cool. I just hope we have some nice ships, some nice accessories in there. I just want a good bundle. That's what I want. The past two bundles were rather disappointing to me, so I'm hopeful. Logical Spencer's got a lot of leaks to filter. It's hard to remember what's real and or not. Oh, jeez. The accusations will never stop. Like, yeah, a lot of people on it. YouTube chat is still broken. Disappointing. Oh, Mike, you got a few comments through. Curious about something quick. I want to see how Epic did throughout the sale. Y'all went ham yesterday. Final couple days of the sale, people went and hit the Epic creator code hard. I appreciate it. Let's just hope Cryptic forgot the Nikul were an Enterprise. Yeah, Geist Wolf, indeed. Oh, is YouTube chat working now? Are we back? There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I don't want to see any more double of the same specialization on the same ship. I just don't. I think as soon as they do that, it makes a ship weaker. The IKS Terra Naran. Oh no, Terran Orange Chicken. That sale at Costco is nice. Picked up another 3 boxes before the end of the sale. It's all fun and games. Yeah, okay. So that was a very smooth experience. I wanna go in, see how the solo ISC is faring. My solo HSE record was beat last night too, so I might have to give that a few more goes later on. The server's clearly not there for that right now, but Abra. Okay, I'll grab it in a few, Willow. Thank you. Terrible. Okay. Let's see. What was at the door? Amazon. Okay, I'll grab that later. Like Intel plus Mark Workers top due, temp Intel, yeah. No, it's pilot and command for Torps. Command plus Intel is like really good for carrier and tank builds. SpongeBob reruns are losing their power. Oh no.
The situation is grim.
So you see what I am doing here? Like in the start of these solo ISCs or a lot of these TFOs, you see me spamming the Helios toggles. That is for that damned legendary Nebula trait, where you have to hit a console every 10 seconds. And before the Amazon package gets stolen, things have been pretty safe recently. I do need to get rid of this damn Ring doorbell I have though. With everything going on with them, like I've lost all trust in that brand. Not a good sign when my ship starts sliding forwards. A little bit of lag, not perfect. Why'd my weapons just stop there? Yeah, since the anniversary, just have not really had like as great of runs. I mean, it's still over 3 million, but I also feel like with You Are Dismissed, like it's doing big damage numbers here in Infected, but I think it's just eating into the other stuff that I had going. You don't want to join Flock without consent? Hey, they ended the Flock membership, but who knows who else they've partnered with in the background. Warpcore, thank you for stopping by. You have a good night. Put a tile tag on your dog. Problem solved. Yeah, basically, yeah. Concentrate firepower for torps or suppression barrage for tanking, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Merrick Worker has gotten a lot of attention as needing, help. I mean, I think Command does also for the lower 2 slots. I'd say Lieutenant Commander and Commander Command is fine. But Ensign and Lieutenant Command are, like, to me, quite worthless. There are abilities, sure, that you can put in there, like Overwhelm Emitters and Rally Point Marker. But they just don't have as much impact. You wear a ski mask? Oh no. Yeah, I've got a flock cam. Like, if I open my curtain, there's a damn flock cam, like, at the park right next to me, like, right at the street going into it. Thankfully, it's pointed in towards the park, so it's not pointed over here, but it's just like, man, I really... I dislike that this is where we're at. Phantom. guess, yeah, you know, you're not wrong, Tubby. It's basically Lieutenant Commander Command is it's either Concentrate Firepower 3, what is it? Column Artillery 1 or Suppression Barrage 1. I know people want an updated Delkina build. There's a lot of build stuff I need to get done. I'm working on it. I did come to a decision recently also. The crate build guide. It's been renamed. For simplicity's sake and to make sure it is widely understood, it's going to be the Uncon meta build guide instead of the crate meta build guide. Just so that it's easier for people to follow. Yeah, yeah. Is it ever actually going to get released? So my intention right now is to have the first and second part. The first part is like just the basic explanation of what Uncon Vovin, like what that is. That'll be out. I hate giving myself deadlines. But I want to have that and the second part, which is like the DPS focused build guide. I want to have those first two parts out before the anniversary bundle. The tank portion, I would wait, just timing wise, would wait until after the 16th anniversary bundle. Here it is coming out late 2031. Will I have it out before Grand Theft Auto 6? The 17th anniversary. Wait, did I say the 17th anniversary? Did I say that? Nick. Hey, Nick, we were talking about build guides. How's the ground build guide coming, or are you busy in Star Citizen? It'll be back to crate by the time it comes out? Yeah. Your grandkids will retire before GTA 6 comes out? Oof. No, I want to have the first part of the crate, the Uncon build guide, which is just explaining the Uncon and Vovin mechanics. Like, have that out. Then the second part shortly afterwards, going over the damage, focused build guide. And then for the tank focused build guide, just timing wise, that would be after the 16th anniversary bundle. Oh. Gotcha. You had me confused, Mike. He needs to make sure he has time for news videos. Exactly. No scoped, I am glad you understand. We need to have 10 more news videos before that can happen. All the news videos. Am eating orange chicken? Yeah. Being real, I'm looking forward to the comment section of the meta build guide as opposed to the video itself. Oh, dude, I can't wait. We need our up-to-the-minute news delivery. Okay, let's get the latest news. Okay, not our apparent justifications for that. Let's get the actual Stowe news. From Bordicus Cryptic. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Perfect. Was there any new comments? No. Nothing. Anything from Suna? No new news. No new news to go over there. All the news is covered for right now. Tubby, I did a a crate build guide in December of 2024. It's just people wanted like an updated one, and that's what I was talking about. It's just there was so much scope creep with the project, and then things kept changing, and yeah. Things happened, okay? I also had a lot of IRL stuff happen last year that like really threw a wrench in things. Like I've talked about, I am now raising my niece and nephew, so Nick, you have fun. Supreme Cryptic Shill. Oh no. Yeah, I'd like to. I think the basic concepts of Crate or Unconvoven, you can still do at a budget level without spending $1,000 on your build. Obviously there's going to be certain combos that are the most effective, but yeah, I do want to give people some more budget recommendations. I'm aware that not everyone has that that sort of money to toss at things. We are getting the HDDs, and there isn't Tubby right now. There just isn't anything like for solo play or for just regular gameplay that can beat it. You can beat a crate build guide, or a crate build. You can beat a crate build in a supported run with like a really juiced up like energy weapon focus setup using isomags, but nobody's doing those runs anymore, and the servers like are horrible for that type of experience. Need to think outside the box more. Everything is unconvoven nowadays. I'm going to include the clip of Jeremy from the Vengeance God stream also, where he mentions the idea of wanting to give us more console cooldown reduction so that there's more alternatives to Voven Uncon. I want to see the comment section when people hear that, because there's a lot of people that are just like super fed up with that playstyle. I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. Yeah. I mean, the Harmony also has like a really good trait for it, but they want to keep introducing more console cooldown reduction. They like it. They like what Uncon does, like the console focused playstyle, because it, think about it. There's all of these really nice clicky consoles that they've introduced, and if you're doing like an isomag focused setup, you're just not using them. So with a console focused setup, like you're able to go in and use all of these effects, all these consoles that they've worked on, and you're able to really focus on them. So it just, to me, in theory, it allows more diversity. In practice, because players like myself are so focused on the DPS and just raw damage aspect, we hyper focus on what does the most damage. But you can take the Uncon Voven concept and make a really kick-ass like theme build with it. You can take these really immersive consoles that you have, and you can use them a ton. It does promote sale of ships also, because with it, people are very much incentivized to go out and pick up ships just for consoles. Whereas before it was more often that there would be a few consoles we would go for, but with isomags eating up so many slots, or the TAC consoles before that, it limited how much room we had. Yeah. Yeah, NeoJet. Basically. Okay. Let's see here. Twin Tribulations TFO, that ain't gonna happen. Kittimer Vortex Elite Public Queue. Let's do it. Let's visit Denatra. Yeah. Nope, I haven't run isomags in a while. I'm on a like really DPS focused setup, so I don't even have much survivability on right now. But yeah, I mean, full universal console setups are the thing right now. Single, that is true. They have a massive challenge ahead of them, bringing the deluxe back down. Twin Tribulations is the best TFO ever, and all players love it. Yeah, yeah, it's wonderful. So I'm just looking at Reddit here while we wait. You're doing a Days of Doom today? Nice. I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'll pass. I mean, 400k deal. That's massively reducing the cost of those ships, but I mean, nobody's really buying them much anymore. They should probably do that. Like, if T5 ships don't really sell much anymore for them, like dumping them in the deal store might be something. But at the same time, like, people may not realize that they're there. Like, there's a lot of people that didn't know about like the lower tier dill ships like the Valdor until I did that best dill ships video. That video is still doing pretty well. Let me see what its metrics are. Let's look here. Last 48 hours. Best send bundles picked up, of course. Best send ships is still doing really well. The best dill ships always shoots up when there is a dill sale. Yeah. Oh, popped. That video's doing well. It's still getting a regular good amount of views. Yeah, the shipyard is a terrible UI. If they took the T5 ships out without redoing that UI, people would just not know about them. If you have cross-faction flying unlocked, the Fed ships would be available account-wide.
In this system, along with a stable spatial drift.
Also, with some of those older Delta Rising ships, you might see some of the traits pop up in the account Starship Trade Unlocks tab, because that was before cross-faction flying was a thing, so... Here we go.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Getting through this fast.
From this time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours.
You are dismissed. Just so damn good.
Target's shields have failed. 4 shields failing. Rear shield failing. Right shield failing. Left shield failing.
Yeah, Terabit, I agree.
Fault integrity below 75%.
Is the YouTube chat fixed yet? I see you typing.
Target's shields have failed.
We might die from those dots and twerps. We'll find out soon. Not close.
Resistance is futile.
He just about died.
Four shields failing.
Here we go. Cheops, no.
The scimitar has been destroyed.
Bad
Sensors
Cheops.
detected several escape pods entering the vortex.
Well, you guys see Cheops over in the Twitch chat over there, calling for "You Are Dismissed" to be nerfed. No, bad Cheops. Don't say that. You guys need to get your DPS. I know. The number must be higher. People of Reddit lead the charge. Oh no. Seems to be mostly working again. Good. Yeah, the YouTube chat was broken for the first part of the stream. It's going on the watch list. How much did Reddit pay you to say this? I don't think I've seen anyone on Reddit complain about "You Are Dismissed." I've seen people talk about it being good. But I haven't seen anyone saying it, needs to be nerfed. I don't know, you having me look over here. Oh, any ideas or hints or wishes for the upcoming 16th anniversary bundle? Yeah, it's Enterprise themed. Just seeing if there's anything new. San, I'm glad to help. Off to Reddit to complain about "You Are Dismisses." Of course. I'm surprised. I mean, I think it's because it's an affordable console, right? Like everyone knows it's doing good. Like, look at this. Yeah, holy balls, that's insane. From Rob Charb Taiwan. Yeah, it's great. Everyone is concerned about it being nerfed, though. So there's concerns about nerfs, but not necessarily people calling for nerfs. The market for "You Are Dismissed" has dried up on the exchange, yeah. The point of letting people know, I got the accusations for market manipulation, as you guys saw over the weekend, but the point of making sure people are aware right away that the console's good is that this is a limited time lockbox. Like, it's going to be over a year until this stuff gets added to Infinity. So making sure people know right now that this is really good, and to go in, make sure they pick them up now, stockpile a couple for their alts, maybe to flip later on. Like, that's good. It's good for people to have that information, be informed, early on. But there is always a risk of them going in and balancing it, but I just... there isn't much value to the Ethereum lockbox outside of the Harmony. So I also look at the console and yeah, like it can do well in some situations, but I don't necessarily think it needs to be hit by the Nerf bat, you know? Why would people want something that basically everyone has access to? Yeah, like exactly. Like it's accessible, super accessible. Like it don't need to be nerfed. It's perfectly fine as is. How much for the console on the exchange? I'm about to find out. Right around 14 million. So that's even accessible to people that don't have the EC cap increase. Do I have enough characters? No. Speculators should be warned not to be left holding the bag. Don't try and corner the market. Gamblers will drain you of EC before you corner it. Yeah. Don't try to like buy up the entire market of these consoles, you know, like 6 months down the line, because a bunch of people do have inventory of these, and also like lockbox openers are going to be opening this lockbox for a while because of the harmony. So there's going to be, even once this goes out of main circulation, there's still going to be some supply of these consoles coming in. PC, I hadn't noticed that. Could just be a bug. How's the trait doing here? The trait's not as good. I mentioned it in the video, like as hey, this was something that was like 3 million. Yeah, I think under 10 million this trait's fine. I just wouldn't spend like an excessive amount for it. More tunes over buying ship slots, yeah. I don't know about that. You know, I would imagine that shouldn't be much of an issue. Can I get a Fed fleet invite? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if anyone needs a fleet invite, Fed or KDF, I've got fully built out fleets on Fed and KDF. Like, there's not really much social activity, but if you're looking for, you know, a place that's like fully built out, where you just want to get the benefits of, you know, what a fleet can offer, then, you know, that's what the Breakfast Club has to offer. Won't they sell it later in MUDs? No. It's a lockbox item, so later on in the future, it'll be put into the Infinity lockbox. Tommy, how's it going? Yeah. Yeah, I need to grab another Harmony. Anyone want some cheap echelons? I've got a couple of listings up at 444, like 444, like 444. Like, it's all fours. 9 fours in a row. Yeah, if anyone wants some cheap echelons, they're there. I'm gonna pick up another Harmony. You haven't unboxed the last one, yeah. Just casually selling echelons like they're master keys, you know it. They really need to get things into Infinity a bit faster, yeah. 300 mil, take or leave it. Most of my characters are for storage and just resource acquisition. Basically, any of these numbered characters you see, which is over half of my account, they just store things. Yes. The top performing DPS builds for solo play right now are Rainbow Cannon. Yeah, Rainbow CSV. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of the cheaper starship traits from the Infinity lockbox that end up on the market, like Pilfered Power and all that. I don't really play with those, but I believe some of the budget build guides out there, like from Stow Better, do cover some of those. Can you do a stop character list rolling? No. The character list will always roll. Oh, you want a KDF invite? Yeah, I can get you here. So I'm just checking some messages quick. Let's see, how are the prints going? Oh, one's done. How long for the other? So what I was printing here, let me open this. Import. So I've got some of these little Lenovo mini PCs, and I want to set them up in a 10-inch rack. So printed a few of these 1U holders, and that's what's going in the printers right now. Got 2 done, and this will be the 3rd here, so that's all 3 covered. Okay. Let's see. Let's do Hive, Onslaught, Elite, Public Queue. I only know how to play the Borg TFOs. Also, if you guys have any questions about bundles, feel free to ask. The best DPS platform in the game right now is the Mere Angle, and that is available account-wide via the 12th Anniversary Bundle. That also has the Superior Area Denial Starship trait on it, also known as SAD, which is really good for the debuff, but also for giving your pets Fire at Will and Cannon Scatter Volley. So yeah, the 12th Anniversary Bundle gets you this ship on account-wide unlock. It was originally a lockbox ship. 14th value. The 14th has value for those that like to theorycraft, play around with a variety of builds. The Atlantis is a decent platform. The trait from it, Temporal Tunneling, is also pretty good. I've got that on right now, actually. You've got the Awani, of course, with its hangar pets, the Type 7s, the Fleet Power Console. You've got the Princeton, which has a self-damage console, which will do damage to nearby allies based on nearby enemies based on your current hull. Scales up with your max hit points, so that'd be something that would synergize well with the Impersa. I don't even remember what the Chekhov has, to be honest. The Chekhov's the weakest of the bunch. The Ethereal Harmony is a fine platform. It's a fine uncon platform. It's just its turn rate's just absolutely terrible. What's the contents of the 17th Anniversary Bundle? I don't know. That's a good question. Resistance to Starbase 1 is a Starbase 1 clone. I don't know. I feel like I'm in the minority here, but I find... I know this is hypocritical with me being someone that does so much ISE spam, but I just find Starbase 1 and its clones to be boring. I mean, the Chekhov is fine for Deuce Eye, but the Arc Royal is also a thing that just blows it out of the water, right? That's the issue for science ships, is the Arc Royal exist.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Resistance is futile.
Did I get fucked? I feel like things are going a little bit better than normal.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
That felt a bit faster than normal. Was I getting some like friendship buffs there or something?
Eternal!
But the arc rail is ugly?
Is not
How dare
the
you?
end.
How dare you say something bad about the arc rail? Was I getting some buffs there? That was going well. That went very smoothly.
I am
But
perfection.
thank you, I appreciate it.
I am Borg.
Let's see. You are dismissed. What did you do? You are dismissed 276 in this one. Agony did 275. Full broadside 259. Yeah, just all around a really good run. Lots of debuff. Thank you. Finally got it and kind of unimpressed after all the hype. Terrible. Rookie numbers, I know. What are the contents of the 16th bundle? Muok. What exactly is the 16th? The 16th anniversary is a celebration for 16 wonderful years of this wonderful game. Please tell me something nice about the legendary walker so I don't feel buyer's remorse. I mean, something nice for me is that I've not purchased it, so I mean that's not good for you, but the good thing for me is I haven't bought it, so I still have my Zen. There's nothing good to say. I mean, you've got obfuscation screen on account-wide unlock. Oh yeah, hey guys, I got a bundle. I got a bundle, a 16th anniversary bundle exclusive for you. You ready? Chadwick said 16 master keys, but there should also be 16 ultimate tech upgrades. Can you believe it? Is Last Stand bundle any good? I don't think so. Unless you're just really wanting those ships. I mean, the only value is the legendary Nebula trait, and it's just a massive pain to keep it up. Yeah, it's really just a visual bundle, same as Timeless Legacy. Yeah. I mean that single, that's really the only good thing is that you've got obfuscation screen on account-wide unlock. That's it. How many T6X tokens is the real question. Probably, I mean, they could just do 16 if they wanted. Is the Trafalgar Command Juggernaut a good ship to get? To me, the big draw for that ship is the console Spirit of Sacrifice. I did I think I did an updated review on this, but it's pretty good. Tommy, glad to help. If you want Nebula stuff, get the Nebula bundle and it's cheaper. Breaking news on the 16th bundle. Whatever is in there, Spencer will be shilling hard for. I will only shill for things that are actually good. So if the... Let's, hypothetical, if it's like the past couple of bundles where the ships aren't necessarily good, but there's, maybe a good standout accessory, then, I'll focus on what's good. Me being able to talk to the devs hasn't, changed the fact that, if something's bad, I'm going to say it's, it's bad. Like the communication with them hasn't change that, and they don't want that to change. They want me to be honest and continue doing what I'm doing. Yeah, Spirit of Sacrifice is a pretty neat console. Yeah, if there's good things in the bundle, I'll highlight the good things. If there's bad things, I'll be critical of that, just like I was with the past couple of bundles. Like, I don't want to be negative about things. because, you know, the reality is, you point out, you know, logical, like, you know, you know, I'll be shilling for stuff, but I'm going to shill for the things that are good. If the bundle's good, you know, I get more money. If the better the bundle is, the more money I make. So I don't want the bundle to be bad. Like, as a content creator, the better a bundle is, the more content I can make out of it. The more, you know, like, affiliate commissions I get through the Epic Game Store. Like, if a bundle's bad and nobody's buying it, like, I can see that, like, in my metrics. Like, I could see Timeless Legacy, like, I could see my, my Epic, you know, commissions were not the same as the year before. Like, I know people were still buying that bundle. I know people were still going for, like, the Proxima, even though, you know, I was not a big fan of it. But compared to what I saw with, like, the Heritage bundle the year before, there was a noticeable difference on my end. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, it's not necessarily negative. It's just being honest. You know, in some cases that's, you know, some people do that. How X thing is bad, you know, that can work sometimes. But generally what I find is, or what I've found is, the better something is, the more people are going to care about watching follow-up content. Like, if I drop the day one bundle review video, is it worth it? And I say, this is a steaming pile of garbage. People are very unlikely to, or less people are likely to tune into the follow-up content, you know, that I would do on it. Yeah, so negativity is not beneficial. I don't want to be negative. I'm gonna, you know, I want to be honest and say, you know, I want things to be good. Dan, how's it going? You missed a highlighted. Oh, did I? Is it possible to target both Borg cucumbers at the same time in a CSV build? No. You'd have to use, like, broadside to hit both. My bad. I'm sorry, Dan. I didn't see that. That was when I was going on a rant there. Okay, let's bring this back up. Act says, people on Reddit keep talking about a damage cap for high-end builds and nerfs. What are my thoughts on that? It would be very bad for the game. I've talked about this before. Damage caps, if you were to put in a damage cap at what a lot of people think of as a high number, like, let's say you put in a damage cap that basically caps people at 100,000 DPS. You know, just a hypothetical number there. With how easy it is to get to 100k DPS, like, for established endgame players, like, that would be just monumentally stupid for the game. Because the game sells us power. And if you put the DPS cap at, like, a really low number, like 100k, it means that we're going to hit that power level very easily and have no incentive to buy the new shiny that would, you know, enable higher performance. Like, the entire concept of, like, a DPS cap in STO, just, it's never made sense. And it would just do so much damage to the game. It would, to me, it just would be very devastating. Oh no. Regarding nerfs, you know, we've seen this time and time again. Every time that there's been a nerf, the long-term result is that it disproportionately impacts the lower part of the player base more than the high performance part. High performance players have multiple avenues to achieve high performance, whereas the lower performing players, some of those really potent tools like Type 7s, where they have very high impact without needing to have a lot of engagement. You hit those, high-end DPS players are still going to be doing high-end DPS, but you are going to be hurting the lower end of the spectrum a bit more. Yeah, and DPS chasing is a big thing for keeping people engaged in the game. Like, it's a big part of endgame for some people. It may not be for you, but for some people, going in chasing the DPS, it gives them a goal to keep working towards, to keep engaged with the game, to keep buying the new things. Like, it would be very bad for the future of the game to put a DPS cap in. Yeah. I think the overall issue is that a lot of the Stowe player base, are not, they're not familiar with all of the mechanics requirements of like an MMO like this, where, you've got abilities, you need to activate them, you need to keep them up as much as you can. And I mentioned this on the interview with Thomas, where, they could bring up the performance floor quite a bit on PC if they could bring the ability auto activation over to PC somehow. I think finding ways to raise the floor would be much more beneficial for the future of the game, the performance floor, rather than trying to hit the performance ceiling, because hitting the performance ceiling is a losing battle for the developers, and it hurts the amount of money the game's going to make. It just doesn't make sense to do. Still, players need to get into their heads that they don't have to play Elite. There's no shame in playing normal or advanced if that's where your build level is. But if you join Elite and get mad because you're doing no DPS and a great angle is in there, that's on you. Yeah. You don't have to play Elite. That's absolutely true. Mayor, that would be nice. Yeah. The introduction of tier 6 and just all the chaos with Delta Rising, that was, I would imagine, especially based on some of the comments from the CEO, that they are very well aware of mistakes made at that time frame and are not keen to repeat them. K-Wolves, Elite is the only way. Oh no. How's it going, K-Wolves? It's been a while. I'd like to have the skill bars PC has on console. Yeah, I think you should be able to, if you're on PC, I think if you want to play with a controller, you should be able to have access to the console UI. And if you're on, console, if you plug in a keyboard and mouse, like, you should be able to have the PC UI. That to me would be ideal. Those Delta Rising mistakes cut them deep. Yeah, they lost so many players that were like hyperactive at that time. Long term, they've regained a lot of players, but a lot of the hyperactive players, like for those of us that were around in the game pre Delta Rising and after Delta Rising, like the amount of social activity before and after, completely different. It's been a while. Hope things are going well for you and the family. Yeah, I mean, they're going fine. Just getting some custody stuff sorted out with the niece and nephew. It was a multitude of things with Delta Rising. There was definitely power creep, of the T6 ships, making people feel like their tier 5 ships were worthless. Even though T5 ships could still get you through content, like, knowing you had purchased out the entire T5 ship lineup and then they came out with a higher tier with better quality ships, like, it just felt bad, There was a major difficulty increase, as many of you have experienced, playing through the Delta Rising arc when you're working on a new character. There was the decision to punish people who had leveled up their specializations too fast in the initial days of the expansion. They punished people, rolled back specialization points. They ended up reversing that a couple days later, but the damage was done. Like, it was just a cluster. There was some missteps from management, which they seem to have learned from, but it was a cluster, and a lot of active players that I dealt with just never returned. A DPS cap would completely erode trust in purchasing too. Look how mad people get at a single nerf. If you've bought all the anniversary bundles in it and in comes 100k DPS cap, are you really going to buy anything from Stogan? No. You wouldn't need to. Yeah, they hit, yeah. Plasmonic Leech, yeah, they hit a lot of things. How did they level up specializations too fast? Running patrols. Patrols like Japori, Argala, stuff like that. People were teaming up to do Japori over and over again to level up fast, and people got punished for it. So I'm saying no tier 7, no. Tier 7, I just don't think is something they would ever risk. It would, at this point, too, it'd piss too many people off. You know, people have spent, at this point, over the past 11 and a half years, not quite, but it's getting close to 11 and a half years since Delta Rising. People have spent a lot of money on ships, you know, getting all the T6 ships. So if they came out with T7, like, I don't think that'd go over very well. Be very, very bad for the game. Endeavor, how's it going? Zbop, yeah, some of them are. Some of them are bad. Some of them are beneficial, though. Like, it's all of the DOFs that you could get from the Romulan Survivor DOF pack. So, like, there's, let me pull it up here. Duty Officers, Romulan Survivor. Yeah, chance to cause beam overload to cause your attacks to ignore a portion of shields for several seconds. The increased duration of reverse shield polarity DOF. Your auxiliary power to inertial dampeners will now also increase energy resistance rating and is increased in duration. Like, there's a handful of DOFs in there that do actually have some value, yeah. Just going over the things there that have value. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people feel that way. If they came out with tier 7, I think there's a lot of people that would just walk. They are not in a position to do that. Like, moving forward, there, to me, the only option they have is to just continue giving us ways to upgrade our ship. Now, there's going to be continued power creep with, you know, tier 6 ships because they have to make the new things better than the old things, and until they release a new specialization, what you're going to start to see is them needing to start to really push the boundaries of, you know, maybe giving us like triple specialization seating, dual commander specialization seating. Like, there are still some approaches that they have not done, but the issue is that as soon as they do those, you know, it further devalues a bunch of the older tier 6 ships. What do I think T6X3 would be like? I mean, I would just keep it simple. Just another console and trait slot. Yeah, I know. I'm talking like Commander, you know, imagine like a Commander, American Worker Commander Intel. Like that sort of power creep. Solo Elite TFOs are just DPS checks for whales, I know. Yeah, DPS is not the only real thing to aim for. It just happens to be what a lot of people go for long term. Commander temp intel would be a thing, yeah. You see though, like as soon as they do something like that, it really devalues other things. I have asked for other consoles to be unlocked, and I would say just post it over in Discord in their feedback section. You know, ask for them to unlock it. Be nice to get another temp intel strike-wing escort. Yeah. Yeah, imagine if there was like in order to get like we were talking about the alternate fleet ships earlier that popped up in the conversation I had with Thomas. Like new fleet ships that are just alternate versions of existing ships with different bridge officer layouts. Imagine if there was also in order to unlock the ability to purchase those, alongside from your fleet having the store requirement or the projects done to do them. Imagine if you had to go through and do like a like what you see in some other games where it's like, oh, you need to go through and do this little chain of missions first in order to unlock this. It wouldn't be a lasting end game thing, but it'd be something to get people a bit more engaged. Imagine if they locked the 5-3 Sovereign behind, like you need to complete this specific chain of missions in order to be able to buy it. They won't do that though, because that's not how Stowe is. Stowe is set up so everything is super accessible. Oh, Dark Eddie, let me see what your messages are. Every game I've played and the couple that I developed for back in the 1990s, damage caps were ridiculously devastating for the games. One of the admins of the MUD I was writing for struggled to keep people in the game and refused to remove the caps. That game died in 2002. Oof. Yeah. I don't think they should have the DOF slots associated with the ships directly. They can just, expand the store at the Spire to give us the option to purchase the additional DOF slots, like what happened when there was a bug a couple years ago. Yeah, I know. As I say these things, I realize it would not go well. I think they need to find a way to make carriers more likable. Yeah. It's because people want to fly cruisers. What I'd love to know is just how popular in general, like science ships are, the science playstyle is compared to the other stuff. Like we've seen a lot of sci focus in some recent years, and I just am sitting back here wondering how many people are actually flying these like science ships and actually care about the science side of it. I suspect the vast majority are just slapping some phaser beams on and running them, just phaser fall. I know that there's some here care about the science playstyle. I know, intriguing. I know you do. But I feel like the vast majority don't care. They just want to put phasers on things and they don't care about anything else. Yeah. You're a Psy main? So you're causing my FPS to tank in TFOs. I see how it is. I mean, sure, I know that there's a few that do them. I think at large, they're probably not as popular as we think. There are dozens of us in the Jet. The problem is, especially if you're not a Trekkie, the game has a serious learning curve, yeah. Indeed, logical. Pax, how's it going? Dozens. There are dozens, yes. Hopefully that did not go through the mic, me moving the mic arm. Okay. What do I think will happen to Type 7s? No comment. Literally dozens and dozens. Yeah, it can be. But there are ways to mitigate it. You heard some loud creaky spring. Yeah, I was just moving the mic arm over and it yeah. I might have another product reviewing coming, by the way. I know I said I wasn't going to do any more on the main channel, but I had a company reach out for a monitor arm. I actually was looking at one of their other ones and said, yeah, can you send that over as well? But they asked what my rate was, and they were insistent that I had to provide them with a rate, so we'll see if they respond. But if they do, there might be another monitor arm video, and that's just because, well, saves me some money of needing to buy the one that I was going to buy. What do I think of making a fleet PvP base? I'm gonna be honest with you at this point. PvP, and I say this, I want to be perfectly clear as someone who has engaged with the PvP system quite a bit in prior years. Not necessarily in the 2020s, but in the past, I have done my fair bit of PvP, okay? PvP in Star Trek Online is dead. Doing any sort of like spending dev time on PvP, like for making new PvP content, would be a very poor use of their time. Like I enjoyed doing PvP in this game back in the day. In the early years, that was the main thing I focused on, was PvP. But the PvP community is dead. The people that were in the community trying to bring some activity to it, they've given up. Like, the reality is that this is not a PvP game. The developers don't have that focus on it that is needed for that. It's not happening. I wish it was different, believe me. Yeah, I wish that PvP hadn't went down the path that it went down, but you know, as fun as PvP can be in this game, like it just isn't. It isn't something you're ever going to see them focus development on, like in the future. Like they might, you know, if there's something that's really game breaking for PvP, you know, they might adjust the ability, but you know, you're not going to see PvP maps, like PvP focused content, because they've tried. And for instance, the competitive reputation queues, those are like some of the least popular content in the game. No, I did not. I remember PvP before the dark times, before reputation systems. Yeah, the early days of PvP were great, but especially like pre Delta Rising. That was such an enjoyable time. You'd need to spend 3 years rebalancing everything in Sto to make PvP work. Yeah. PvP is better than the Foundry at Sunset, yeah. If PvP was still lively, would power creep? Yeah, I mean, that was already an issue, like, in the past couple of years, like, as PvP was dying out, like, especially with the Endeavor system. Like, the Endeavor system, you know, that creates a huge barrier between new and existing players. Like, there's no way to turn that off. So, in a PvP setting, you know, someone that's brand new trying to get into PvP, that they get excited, they dump a couple $100 into a build, and then they realize that no matter how much money they toss at it, they're always going to have a bunch of stats that are, you know, years behind the competition. Like, if you're someone that's new to the game, wanting to get into PvP, and you find out that you have a bunch of, like, critical stats that are going to take you years to catch up on, like, you're just always natively going to be at a disadvantage against, you know, these people that are further developed. Like, it's just rough. The community didn't help it. The PvP was just never really supported enough by the developers, but also the PvP community didn't help it either. The PvP community did a lot of damage to itself. That there were people trying to work around the issues with the game. If you guys remember Data or Saturk last year, for instance, he was hyperactive in the PvP scene, trying to bring new people in, get them involved, create tournaments working around some of the issues the game has. And just others in the PvP community ended up pushing him out. So you had the person who was like really hyperactive trying to get things going again, who ended up getting pushed out by a bunch of grumpy veteran people. It just it just is unfortunate. Like the developers have not supported PvP enough, but also like the PvP community has not helped itself. Yeah. Exactly, Dark Eddie. Let's see this next comment. What rate did I give them? Like, for what rate? Like a starting offer for just like a video of me unboxing the product, stuff like that, like $100, which is like pretty standard, and it's clearly open to negotiation. The rate that you tend to see when it comes to that sort of content is usually like you look at your last month of videos, you look at what the average view count is per video, and it's like $20 per 1,000. Now, my product videos don't do as well, but for some of these products, they're just, they're looking for brand awareness, right? So that's like a starting point because they don't want to give me their starting point. So most of the product reviews that I've done, there wasn't necessarily money that exchanged hands. Most companies will just send you the product and they consider that, hey, you're getting the free product, you just got to do a video on it. But if they bring up that they want to pay on top of it, I'm not going to say no. We'll see how they counter. I mean, given that they said that they'd be willing to send over the monitor arm that I actually was looking at for a project, I mean, if they said $50, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, hell, I realistically, like, they send over the monitor arm that I was actually wanting to buy. That would have been sufficient for me, but they were insistent on the rate, so I gave them what the rate's been. It is lower, but that's just based on me having poor performance on some of the recent videos. The most I've been paid for a product review thus far for just initial payment was like $150 to $200. Somewhere in that range, I think. But usually it also depends, is there like an affiliate commission thing? And this one didn't have that, so. Like, I already know the brand's good. It's like a Wano or something. I don't remember the exact pronunciation, but I've used their arms before, so. I know the brand's fine. But I mean, if they want to toss cash in too, I'll throw out a number and they can counter. Yeah. In 90% of the games, PvPers are just grasshoppers that want to dunk on PvEers because they can't PvP with other PvP-minded players. Then they cry that PvP is dead because PvP is separated from PvE. Yeah. Yeah. Zone chat PvP killed the PvP community? Yeah. Will companies send you a free DDR5 if you do a video or review on it? The most expensive product that has been sent to me is either that monitor arm that I did recently, like the one that held 2 monitors, because that was like a $200 monitor arm. Or I guess slightly more expensive would be that monitor I got a year ago. That monitor video did horrible though. Absolutely horrendous on the channel. It's the thing is, these companies, like, it's, you know, somewhat it's that they're just looking for promotion of their brand, and, you know, sometimes they are looking for like honest reviews, but you know, it's rough. Like, they reach out to the gaming channels and it's just hoping to get something that lands, and these product reviews really are just not landing super well. Like this one I feel bad about. Like, that was, dude, I spent a bit of time on that one. It was a good product. Maybe the thumbnail wasn't good, you know, me showing it in action here compared to what I had before. I guess that thumbnail was pretty bad, wasn't it? This one wasn't terrible. The monitor review, I thought that was fine. You can see me doing ISE in there. Terrible. Logical, thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, I'm going to start to wrap things up. I think about it pretty frequently. It's a good little monitor. Actually, I still have that around here. It's just sitting in a box right now. What is the price on that now? It's $190. Like, that's not a bad price. $190 at Walmart. Is that a reliable seller, though? No reviews for that seller. At least 2 seller reviews for this one. So, I mean, like, 184 for that's not bad. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up here. So, any final questions, comments you guys have? This ended up just being more of a just chatting stream. Yeah, 3-hour stream on a Wednesday was not expected for sure. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Okay, thank you all for tuning in. I will see you guys around. Catch your CasualSAB tutorial video when? That's not a bad idea. Like, for just setting stow up on it. Is that what you mean? There's still parts of that OS I need to look at a bit more. Like, I'm still fairly new to it. Time for some breakfast now for stow. Yeah. I'd like to get that done. I don't have a time frame though. Because I've got this little mini PC next to me that's basically like a Steam, one of those little Steam frame, or not Steam frame, the little Steam PCs that they're coming out with. Steam machine. CasualSAB will return in Avengers Doomsday. Oh no. Tommy. Charlotte. Mike. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you guys around.